Hi, I'm Mihai from Pixelmakers, and in this video I want to show you how to create an FAQs section on your Shopify theme with no plugins. Okay, so first things first, we need some content. So I'm going to content, meta objects. Here I'm going to click on add definition. I'm going to add an FAQs. We'll just call it FAQs. And for fields, I want a title. I'll make it required. And I want a description, multi-line text, description, and I'll also make this required. Okay, let's save this, close it, and go to our FAQs, and let's populate it with some content. I already have something prepared, so I'll just copy paste. A few FAQs. Feel free to use your own content instead of mine. Okay. I forgot an S on this one. Save. Let's add another one just for the sake of it. And save. Awesome. So now we have some FAQs in our content meta objects. Now it's time to actually build a section so that we can display this. So I'm going to go to our online store. I have Dawn installed, but you should work with any theme. I'm going to, actually if I go to pages, I already created this previously. So you can create an FAQs page and you can create, if you go to customize, you can create your own layout or you can use it in an existing layout. Okay, so let's go to themes, edit code, and in here we will need to input some stuff. Let me move my face out of the way and let's see. So first we go to sections. We're going to add a new section, liquid section. Let's call it FAQs. Let's click done, and in here I'm just going to write FAQs and save it. And just so we see something, I'm just going to add a div with a paragraph FAQs section. Okay, now if we go to, we don't need snippets, we need to go to templates, and we are going to find where is that? Pages.faqs.json. So in our case, I've created a different layout. We can, as I said, you can reuse it in an existing one. If you don't know how to create a new layout, you just go to customize. And in here you go to pages and you create a template, and you can I just added FAQs and I've pasted it on the default page, and you just hit on create template. And once you create this template, what will happen is that in your online store you'll have a new template page for that. So we'll need to add our new section in here. Let's just copy this. I'm going to delete the settings as I don't need it, and I'll just call it FAQs. So FAQs, and let's delete this. And we'll need to add it to this array. So save, we have the FAQs, and now let's go back to our section, FAQs. Okay, so in here I'm just going to give it a tag of section, and let's add a new div. I'm going to give it a class of, and I already have the correct classes from the Dawn theme. It's page width and page width narrow. You can use different stylings if you wish. And what we'll need to do is to loop through the meta objects and access the FAQs and the values. And we don't need that extra tag, and we'll need an end for closing tag. Okay, so in this loop, I'm going to create a new div with the class of FAQ block, and in here I'm create a header, which I'll make a button so that we can click on the whole header thing. FAQ header, and let's put a paragraph in. We'll use that FAQ title, and we'll need an arrow, and I'll give it a class of FAQ arrow. And I already have an SVG for this. If you want to use a different one, in my case I just search for material design icons, and in material design you can just search for an icon. I search for chevron, just click on it, and you download the SVG, you view page source, and you copy everything and you paste it here. Okay, now this will serve as our header. Let's create a body as well. I'm going to create a div. I'm going to give it to input the description value, and in here I'll put FAQ description. Okay, now for the styling, what we'll do is to go to we'll need to find the base.css file, and in here at the bottom I will add some stylings for the FAQs. All of this code can be found in the description. You can just copy and paste or build your own classes. But as an explanation, we have some. These are for the header. It's basically to display them horizontally, side by side, and to reset some of the default button classes. We can do it like this. We don't need that necessarily. For the FAQ arrow, we'll have a this is for, so this one, so because we are putting it in a button, by default it's going to take a different font. So here I'm just overriding the font, and now for the font arrow I'm just making sure that it's displayed okay. And for FAQ description, what we want is that when we by default the display is none, so it's hidden, but then when we click on the header we add an active class which will make the display visible, it will make the description visible, and it will rotate the FAQ arrow. Okay, let's save this. Let's go back here, and in here let's add a script. So I'm just going to put it like this, and I'll give it a type of module, and this will ensure that whatever we write in here will not conflict with another code in the website. So we'll need to define a constant. Well, we will select all of the FAQ blocks based on this class, which is really important. And for each block, we will extract the header block query selector FAQ header, and we will also extract the arrow, so block dot quality selector FAQ arrow, and the description. Block quality selector FAQ description. So basically these classes, we are referencing the header, the arrow, and description. Okay, another fun part. So when we click on the FAQ header, we want to add an event listener and listen for the click event, and trigger a function which will toggle the active class. Okay. Arrow dot class list dot toggle active. So it will toggle the active classes for description and the arrow. Now let's save and let's see the changes. So I'm going to exit. I'm going to customize, and here I'm going to find the FAQs page, and it's almost working. It's almost working. I just want to view it, so it's /pages/FAQs, and it's just that yes, I did a typo. So in here it should be on the query selector, should be, yes, selector, query selector all. Okay, so we are selecting all of them. If we refresh, FAQ block is not defined, and it's so challenging to write code in this. So let's save. Okay, perfect. So now it seems like it's working. And if we inspect, it should be mobile responsive as well. Now you can customize this code further if you have other properties, or if you want to edit the CSS styling. Okay, so this was the quick tutorial. All of the code will be on our website, link in the description. If you like this, please share and subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye bye.